Well, welcome back to the Run It Back podcast with Max and RJ. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Just got in. Still kind of reeling after last night a little bit. I know we're going to get into some of that, but yeah, I'm doing okay. And Andrew is making noise and breaking chairs back there. How about you, man? It's an early start for you, huh?
Yeah.
I heard you were throwing up some bricks during GMSA this morning.
So this is what happened. I'm like so done with everyone today. Everyone. So we were at the 18th, especially Andrew. So first off, there were only 3 misses in that video. And the last one was a swish. And it was all threes. I was only taking threes this morning. All right, the backstory is we're at the AT&T Center for playoff preview. Spurs are coming home tomorrow night.
That's right. Yeah.
And, you know, it's always a fun time. Like, I get to basically shoot around and talk about the Spurs.
Of course, that's awesome. Yeah, being on the court. Yeah,
so cool.
That's awesome.
It's surreal. It's awesome. It's the dream. But this morning, shooting from NBA range was very difficult.
It's different.
It's very different. It's a lot farther than I'm used to at the Gold's gym. So, didn't shoot well. Let me preface everything with, my photographer, Asian, loves to troll me.
Okay.
I don't know why.
So you already feel pressure.
No, I have no pressure.
Yeah.
Like, if anything,
no
I was
pressure,
like, no pressure. But, like, I feel like he thinks I'm a very confident person, so he just tries to bring me down, as did Andrew, for no reason. So he took video of me shooting and then compiled 3 misses and put them one on top of another, and he kindly ended it with a swish.
Yeah, that's good.
Might I add that on live TV, took 1 shot at 6 o'clock and I made it.
No.
So to all you haters out there and everyone saying, oh, that video was so funny, I made it on live TV. Let me see you. I should also add, not bitter, just saying. I should also add, I'm way too loud.
I think you're getting a little fired up about this.
I am.
You must be getting a lot of flack about this.
I'm getting a lot of flack about it, and it's frustrating.
I just walked into the building.
The person who shot the video, then after compiled it and posting it online, tried to shoot. He airballed the first 6 shots.
Wow, okay.
So I was like, you're going to talk smack, literally post a video about it, and then miss your first, not only miss, airball.
Wow.
He's like, see me one-on-one, Andrew. See me one-on-one. And I would also like to add that James Harden missed 24 straight threes last year in the playoffs.
Wow.
No, you're right. He's a professional NBA player.
Wow. Okay, so obviously, obviously
striking
you've been
a chord
for
today.
this. It has, absolutely. Jeez.
I'm about to never talk to Andrew again.
Or Asian, I guess.
I have to work with Asian. I don't have to work with Andrew.
So you were out there this morning. What did it feel? I know it's still really early, but
it was early. There was no one there.
Yeah, I mean, what's? I mean, does it just feel kind of a little empty? I know it was empty.
It is empty,
but it also kind of feels empty, in my opinion.
And I said this all through the morning. If you're listening to this, you probably already know that the Nuggets came back. They were down 19 at 2 points in the game. They came back and they won. So I've been saying it all morning. There's obviously still a sense of optimism in the room because there should be. First off, let's not forget that the Nuggets had the best home record in the NBA this season. The Spurs are notoriously terrible on the road.
Yeah.
A lot worse on the road than they are at home. And so when the fact that they were able to steal game 1 and almost steal game 2, coming back home 2-0, the fact that they were that close, a 4th quarter and a Jamal Murray historic performance away from doing that, I'd say you have to be optimistic.
Yeah, no.
My yelling is really messing me up here.
And look, I've tried. I'm trying to take the company line, the company approach of that. You know, we got the split, we did what we had to do, but if you're up 19 and basically you have a team on life support, you got to seal the deal. You got to. I mean, this was not a back and forth game. This was not a a game that Denver was honestly playing very well. I mean, the Spurs were playing good, but Denver was just not playing well. You gotta win that game. You gotta take that all out, because I'm a big believer that even though, on the surface you get the 1-1 split, I think momentum is all with the Nuggets right now. I mean, how do they not have momentum? I mean, they just came back from 19 down. They had this epic performance by Jamal Murray. That's right. Jamal Murray was part of the reason why Denver was playing so poorly.
I mean, like 0 of 8?
He had struggled, and now this is a guy who is coming into the AT&T Center with some, I would say, some major confidence behind him. And so, look, part of the reason is that if it were like the old Spurs, if it were Tim, Manu, Tony, if it were those guys, I'd be like, yeah, we got the split. We had a collapse. They'll be able to bounce back. But I don't know about this group of Spurs.
You don't think they have the mental fortitude?
I don't want to say they don't have the mental fortitude. I'm curious now to see it. Whereas had they just sealed the deal last night, then we would probably be talking about, this could be close enough to a sweep, honestly. I don't expect Denver to come in and win both games, but I do think now Denver has a lot of confidence on their end. So,
okay.
I'm taking a little bit of the not so optimistic approach, but I know, hey, I get it. 1-1, that's what you want. DeMar was saying that last night. LaMarcus Aldridge said, hey, it is what it is. It's 1-1. We got to take care of business back home. All those points are very valid, but at the same time, they were up 19 in the third quarter. And they just, it was kind of a microcosm of this season where they play so well for these stretches, and then they just completely fall apart for other stretches. So I was very disappointed, very frustrated in the way that all kind of played out. And maybe, like you said, sometimes you just cannot stop that sort of force that, Jamal Murray was on fire in the fourth quarter. 21 points. Again, why even give a guy like that the confidence when you could have really just kind of taken them out in the third quarter and put this whole thing to bed?
So here's the thing about Jamal Murray. You said that he's coming in, and I agree with everything you said. I just have a sense of optimism because I think we do forget how bad the Spurs are on the road.
Right.
And how good they are. They lost to the Knicks on the road. No one loses to the Knicks.
Yeah. My argument against that is that I think that the playoffs are a completely different monster.
Yeah, but look at these guys. It's not like these guys have played huge minutes in the playoffs other than DeMar and LaMarcus.
Yeah, DeMar. A little bit Patty. Bellinelli's played. Obviously.
Big minutes.
But the Spurs still have experience, a little bit more experience.
Right, but you got to look at Derrick White, Bryn Forbes.
Yeah, those are all. Look, I went into this series saying that I didn't want to count on Bryn Forbes really to win these games on the road. And Bryn is Bryn. He's going to give you some good plays here and there, but I don't expect him to win a series for you. So Derrick White, that's been nice though. Derrick White, a couple of nice games. Kind of disappeared a little bit in the fourth quarter last night. Yeah. I think he had 17 through 3 quarters and did not score a point in the fourth.
So we're going to talk about Derrick
White. There's a lot there. I guess on the surface, like you said, come back home 1-1. As long as they take care of business at home, then they're going to win this series. But I really think they could have put Denver on some real life support last night.
So you were giving Jamal Murray a lot of credit. And I like him. As a player, I respect his game. Obviously, he can do things like last night, but he's also the most inconsistent player in the league.
Yeah.
It's like him and then CJ McCollum.
Okay.
It's like you could have 40 in a night or 24 in a night, 21 in a quarter. But then the next game, you could come out and drop 8. I have zero faith that he can consistently contribute like he did last night.
Well, here's the thing is that what other player on that team do you really fear? I think through the first 2 games you have seen that Jokic, for as good as he is,
he gets others involved, and that's exactly what I said going into it.
For as good as Jokic is, I think Murray is the guy who had a really bad game 1, the Denver lost, was having a really bad game 2. Through 3 quarters, Denver was losing double digits most of the game, blows up in the fourth quarter. So at this point now, who's the guy, if you're the Spurs, that you truly kind of fear out of that whole Denver team? I don't think you need to spotlight any specific one of them. I think you keep playing the same defense you've been playing on Jokic.
Okay. You make him pass the ball.
You're right.
And you make Gary Harris, do exactly what you've been doing on defense.
Yeah.
It's worked relatively well until the last 12 minutes of the game.
The last part of the third quarter, I think, is where the Spurs kind of came undone. It was a 16-4 run by Denver, and of course that just kind of carried over into the fourth quarter. So, hey, look, I agree with you. I just now kind of taking it more into consideration the whole Jamal Murray aspect. That was almost like Kobe-ish, and I know that is, you're making faces at me.
Right? No, I'm not making faces at you, Andrew.
You're almost Kobe-ish, but
no,
yeah.
Andrew. Hold on, I'm gonna get to I didn't even register the Kobe comment. Andrew just posted something on Instagram, so thank you for that.
So people know what you're talking about.
On what?
Yeah.
On Run It Back?
Run It Back.
Yes. Awesome.
Where can you find it, Matt?
You can find it on Run It Back KSAT. So feel free to watch the video. You didn't even put the make in there. Oh, there you go.
Wow.
You finally put the make in.
Wow. Dude, that's almost as bad as when they plastered my my mug all over the newsroom for my birthday.
It was your birthday. It was a
but
celebration.
there's a little bit of
just trying to say I can't shoot. Am I in the NBA, Andrew? Do I play professional basketball? No, I play at Gold like once a week. Relax.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm getting y'all heated.
I think, okay,
No,
so I brought up the...
this is why I yell at RJ. I take all my frustration from Andrew and I just target it at a dumb comment saying that Jamal Murray went Kobe-esque. No, he didn't.
How was he not? 21 points in the fourth quarter?
It's not
Saved your
Kobe-esque.
team, basically, brought your team back?
It's one game. I do not compare. We have a minute, but we're going to keep talking.
I mean...
Do it again. I mean, no, don't do it again. But, like, to be compared to Kobe, you have to do it on a consistent basis. He had one good game.
Sure.
And one good fourth quarter, one good 15-minute stretch of playing time.
Yeah.
He didn't have a good game. He stepped up in the final minutes. And good for him. I mean, he's a young player. His future is very bright. But in no way, shape, or form am I fearful of the Nuggets. I think still the Spurs coming back at home with the crowd, I think there's no doubt in my mind they'll win the next game tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. No doubt in my mind they'll win that game. The next game after that, that's going to be in question. And I think this is a good series, and it'll be a great series.
I think when the Spurs won Game 1, that was an immediate signal that this is going to go 6 or 7 for sure. Man, there's in the loss column it comes off of one loss, but it just stings a little bit that they had it. It were right there. I mean, that basically puts this series mostly out of question. So now Denver comes back, and as you said, the crowd. I expect a pretty impressive crowd. Yeah, man, where's the Fiesta?
Hold on, let me pull up the great Instagram video of me bricking 5 shots.
And you were rocking the Fiesta. Are they going to give those out?
They are, so that's what I'm going to show. Okay. Ideally, Dom or whoever edits this is going to be able to put. But all right, you can't even see it. You just see the bricks. 1,
Brick City,
2,
man. Hope the Spurs
3,
don't pull
4,
don't get
5.
maxitis tomorrow.
Okay, I missed 5, so 1 of 6. All right.
Yeah.
Fine. I'm shooting like DeMar percentages.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, going into the season, I said Derrick White is going to be a household name by the end of postseason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think that's becoming true?
I absolutely think that is becoming true. I think he's made a couple of big plays. Obviously, the dunk on Paul Millsap. I mean, that thing just
steal to
Twitter.
Yeah,
that thing. I mean, a lot of in that Game 1, a lot of weird comparisons. How Derrick made a game-stealing steal, and Kawhi airballed a ball in Game 1 for his thing. So there's that whole aspect to it. But I think Derrick has played about as well as he possibly can play. Again. Last night, Game 2, probably would have liked to seen him be a little bit more aggressive there down the stretch because they were struggling. But maybe it was just, one of those things where they were just going downhill and there was nothing that was going to stop Denver. I mean, Denver was hitting some amazing shots. It wasn't only Murray. It was the other guys, Morris, Beasley. Paul Millsap played pretty well,
Oh, what about your boy?
Monte Morris, man. Oh, Isaiah Thomas. Tell me, okay, look, I'm not in any way cheering for Denver, but tell me why Isaiah Thomas doesn't even play in Game 1. Because the team is struggling to score. The team is struggling to score, and he doesn't come out, which is fine with me, man.
And I don't want to
see Isaiah Thomas come in. I'll be honest. I do not want to see Isaiah Thomas come in. He's a guy who can give you a quick 10 points.
He'll give you a quick surge on the bench. I love these questions because you're like, why isn't this guy playing? What? Because he wasn't good enough in practice.
I know.
Mike Malone is an NBA coach for a reason. He's one of the 30 smartest NBA minds. Well, there's openings now.
Right.
That has designated a job. He would know over anyone watching.
Look, I felt it could have been a spot. I'm glad they didn't bring him in.
Yeah.
Spurs got Game 1.
There you go.
Obviously gave away Game 2. Here we go, Game 3.
Okay. All right, so real possibilities going forward. Warriors took a huge blow. DeMarcus Cousins tore his quad, so he's out for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Warriors now aside from the 3, big 3, and then Draymond, we'll see.
Old Draymond was better than current
We want the
Draymond.
new
Yeah.
Draymond. I mean, they have no depth. You got Quinn Cook coming off the bench.
Right. And did you see that clip on Twitter of Jordan Bell? He like when Draymond just screamed at him because Draymond had this. It was funny because this was the Warriors were still up, I think, like 27 or something. Draymond, I mean, for as much hate as Draymond gets, he does play very hard. He really kind of went out and made a great block on Lou Williams, got tipped. Jordan Bell just kind of watches the ball in the air, and I forgot the clipper that came and just kind of scooped it out of the air and just kind of laid it in, and they called the timeout. Draymond Green starts screaming at Jordan Bell, and then you're just like, okay, that's not good. But like you said, their depth is definitely an issue, and they, I mean, look, the Clippers I don't think are going to win this series, but they have definitely put,
Is that Oregon zone, Jordan Bell?
There you go, yeah. They have definitely made the Clippers seem a little bit kind of vulnerable. And Doc Rivers, the Warriors, my bad. And Doc Rivers putting Patrick Beverley on KD.
I love it.
What a move. What a move, man.
Well, because that was, okay, so we're going to get in the time machine. And we're going to travel all the way back.
Yes.
I want to say it was 97, Sonics Bulls.
Okay.
Was it 97? I think it was 97.
96.
Was that 96?
96. That was the
96,
year that the Bulls won like 72 games.
Okay, so 96, Payton wanted to be on MJ the whole time.
Yeah.
And George Karl took him off.
Yeah.
And that's when MJ just went off.
Yeah. That series, Chicago went up 3-0. I know we're going down like memory lane here. I don't know how many people remember this stuff, but yeah, they go down 3-0, and I think the series at least shifted a little bit when Gary Payton started to defend MJ, especially in those games in Seattle. But
because if anything, it's just pestering him.
Right, exactly. And I love the move. Because like you said, KD is 6'10", 6'11", all NBA forward. Patrick Beverley is just the most annoying guy in the NBA.
6'2". And I love it
and
because
that's awesome, yeah.
I mean, it's holding him in check, isn't it?
Yeah. I think, like you said, more than anything, it's just pestering him. It's just kind of getting in his face.
Well, he's got
being
several
annoying
technicals.
Little guy, like the guy that you see at the gym who's just kind of the overachiever. I'm not talking about you.
That's me.
Man.
No, I'll be honest. That is 100% me.
You're the Patrick Beverley.
I'm like the annoying guy with a smile. I'm not.
That's Pat Bev.
As you can see, no, you're just annoying.
Wow.
As you can see,
Andrew.
I'm not like the sharpshooter 3. But I usually hit open threes.
Yeah, we saw that.
But no, I usually just play hard defense. That's my game.
Well, that's what Beverly's doing on Kevin Durant. Again, I don't still think the Clippers are going to win this series, but it is kind of fun to see a little bit of that.
Thank you. They just reposted our KSAT, Run It Back KSAT account. Follow it. If you're still listening, follow it.
Yes.
We post good stuff on there. They
get to
reposted
see Max shoot air balls at the AT&T Center.
They reposted my stuff in which I did make it. Actually, this was a really cool shot.
Okay.
Meredith, shout out Meredith Collier.
Yeah, she's good. She's awesome.
She's Spurs.
Like their PR media relations.
And she took that photo of me shooting. And then this was our tease. And then, I've played basketball with you.
We have played before.
Yeah, if you follow us on Instagram, you can check it out. I do like a little Globetrotter thing. It's cool. Okay, so real possibilities for the Spurs here.
Yes. Okay, Spurs. Going back to the Spurs. Real possibilities. Take care of the games at home.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, 18 minutes in. Take care of the games at home. And then let's just forget that game 2 even happened, and we will be moving on to the next round.
Okay.
Yeah. Just take care of business at home, man. This is it. You've stolen home court. All the guys said last night, well, this is what we wanted to do. We got the series to shift to home court. Okay, let's take care of business on home court, and let's just put this game 2 to rest. It was a frustrating night. I think the Pop technical was also something that was very hotly debated on Twitter. I don't know if you saw that. Pop gets a tech with about 2 minutes left because he went completely over the half-court line.
Nice.
He was trying to call a timeout. I don't know if this was a ref just kind of blowing Pop off, and Pop kind of then lost it a little bit. And he gets a tech, and that cost the Spurs a possession. It also gave them Jamal Murray an extra point. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. Yeah, momentum. So we'll see what happens.
All right. So talking about the progression, moving down, we're in our next block. Don't worry, Andrew.
Ooh, all right.
It's a solid transition. Maybe not have noticed. So we're moving on. Going forward, who would be next round? If you do move forward, you'd play either Blazers or Thunder.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Portland's up 2-0 on Oklahoma City, and then there's all this talk about.
That's the McCollum Lillard, though. I mean, it's both of them had great games.
Yeah.
And then on the opposite side, Russ, I looked better than Russ shooting this morning.
Yeah, Russ has had a bad game too. Paul George again, don't really know if he's truly hurt or not. I mean, he's still playing. He's still playing pretty well. But here's my thing with Portland is that Nurkic goes down, and a lot of people just kind of assume that, well, they lost a key part there. Great signing, Enes Kanter. I really like that pickup for them.
He didn't do anything last game.
He didn't do it, but he did it in the first game when they needed him.
Yeah.
And
good offense, terrible
my
defense.
thing about Portland is that, and I kind of forgot this, they were embarrassed last year by New Orleans.
They haven't won a playoff game since 2016.
Exactly. They had been embarrassed. So a guy like Damian Lillard, who I think is one of these guys that really kind of takes this stuff to heart and wants to earn, is about respect. Exactly. He's about respect. He's pissed off because he's not making all-star teams. He's, in the Pacific Northwest. I think Dame right now is taking his game to the next level.
I think he's made last
He's made it past two, but remember the first couple of years when he was hitting
I was going to say, last year
26,
he was first-team All-NBA.
Yeah, when he was hitting sort of like 25, 26 a game, they were still really not.
Well, that's why when people are blowing up Jamal Murray, I'm like, he's not even going to be an All-Star in the next 3 years.
I'll
say it right
we'll
now.
See. We'll see. He averaged 18 this year. What was it? It was his second year?
Third year.
Third year? Okay.
Third year.
Yeah. 18. I mean, but he came out of Kentucky as a 19-year-old. Yeah. So Jamal Murray has obviously not.
I say he has a bright future.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens.
But I mean,
down the line,
there's so much going on in the West. Think about it.
Right.
Not only is it talent, but it's who's in front of you.
Yeah.
Steph, Dame, CJ, they're not going anywhere.
No, they're definitely not.
And
I think Dame is hitting right now his peak.
Right.
Dame
And you got to give, for me at least, you got to give CJ McCollum an All-Star before you do.
Ooh, yeah, CJ to me is kind of a, how have you said it before, like scores a lot of points. Yeah. I mean, he's on a good team, just kind of a main scorer. I think Dame is really kind of what makes that Portland team go. So Portland's up 2-0. I mean, obviously, if Oklahoma City, I would expect them to get back in this series, but I think Portland is in pretty good shape.
Going forward, I don't think the Spurs. I think the Spurs could beat both Portland, or if OKC makes a miraculous comeback, I think they could beat both.
Well, I think if the Spurs were to play Portland, that would be just that would be an amazing series in the sense that Portland really has the things that the Spurs don't, and we're talking about the two guards there. The Spurs, I mean, for as much as Derrick White has gotten a lot of praise, he's still really young. Bryn Forbes is not the guy yet, but those two guards.
Threes.
Well, yeah, DeMar doesn't even take them. We know that. So, but again, see, had the Spurs won last night, then you know what? I'd be all about, all right, who do we get next? Portland, Oklahoma City, who's coming?
Yeah, right.
That'd be a fascinating series. Plus LaMarcus' history with Portland, leaving them, coming to San Antonio. So I think that'd be interesting. But still a long ways to go, man. Spurs just need to take care of business here at home.
All right, Andrew, how are we looking on time? Do you want to stop talking yet, or?
Wow.
Yeah. All right, we're just gonna run through the East real quick.
Ooh, why? Which one?
All right, so lots to talk about in the East. I'm not really with the Pistons. They're not even going to play Blake Griffin, so I'm just going to run through.
Yeah, that's
going to be
a series.
Sweep.
Why is that even on TV?
Giannis might not even have to play a game.
Why is that even on TV? Okay.
Also, a little upset that San Antonio is getting all the NBA TV games, but that's besides the point. There's like a hierarchy of games. It's like the TNT and ESPN, and then NBA TV.
Well, the only good thing about that is that the tips actually start on time because for when the Spurs are on TNT,
it's like 15 minutes
later because of the previous game. So that's kind of nice. But no love, man. The NBA
TV. Pacers. I'm just gonna run through the terrible games. Pacers, Celtics.
Boston
Celtics
5.
should sweep.
Yeah. You want to talk your Sixers?
Sixers, Nets. All right. Low key, I'm not sure how you're gonna get video of this. I was I threw on that. Yeah, I was rocking the Spurs. I had the cool Spurs Fiesta thing. But I'm loyal to the soil. I got to rock the AI socks, too.
Oh, AI, nice.
I have to.
That's awesome.
Shout out Stance. If you want to sponsor the pod, I love Stance socks.
Me too, yeah. I actually bought some during my last trip to Florida, yeah. Marvel, Iron Man, Stance socks.
Look at
That's
that.
it. I might wear them
when I did a trip to Denver to watch Kobe's last game there.
Oh, sweet.
And that was I walked on 16th Street Mall.
Yeah.
First thing I did was buy Stance socks, Star Wars.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. Very proud of
I was going to say, what? Wait, they had Kobe?
Actually,
I don't
fun
think they
fact
have
about
Kobe.
that game, there were more Lakers fans than there were Nuggets
there's
fans.
always more Lakers. Yeah, especially Kobe during his final farewell tour or whatever.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy.
But we digress.
Oh, yeah, I digress. So Sixers, first game was awful. The problem with the Nets is they hit a lot of threes. They're young. Embiid's not healthy. I'm trying to pull up the line for the next Spurs games. Also, you owe me breakfast taco, but that's besides the point.
Oh, yeah, I guess
that's what happens when you bet against the
Dang
Spurs.
it, you're right, man.
I felt bad because I tweeted that, and then I realized it was your birthday. So I was like,
man, that's fine.
But no, the problem with the Sixers is, and then it's just one of those things where Ben Simmons, yes, I see we're at 25 minutes. If you're listening, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us wherever you get your podcasts.
Go. Yeah, all over the place.
See, I did the shout out early just for you, Andrew.
All right, line right now, San Antonio 3.5. The opening line.
I'll take that.
The home court.
Before we get there, hold on.
Okay, all right.
So, Sixers, people want to blow up Ben Simmons, especially after the first game. They're like, oh, he can't do anything, blah, blah, blah. Like, he helps the game without helping the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's a great defender, although Sixers have not been able to defend threes at all against the Nets so far. And he gets other people involved. And it's also, if you watch the games, he's the reason other people are hitting mid-rangers. Boban had a great game. But that's just because he went 6 of 7 from shooting from the same spot at free throws.
That just came to my head. I was like, whoa, Boban.
He was a huge contributor in the playoff win, which is weird to say. But he was huge. And the reason that is because Ben is 6'10".
Yeah.
So, yes, he plays point guard, but he also has the ability to post up.
Yeah. And
he always goes backdoor for slams. So you have to have your center, Jarrett. Shout out UT basketball. He was playing.
I'm sure they're listening.
Yeah, he was playing. If you're still listening, he was playing more towards the post, so he was hedging, giving people mid-range shots because he had to watch out for Ben underneath the whole time.
Right.
Because no offense to D'Angelo Russell, who actually, fun fact, D'Angelo Russell and Ben Simmons played together in high school. They're on the same team for 2 years.
Yeah.
He can post him up easily. He's got 8 inches on him.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. He helps without being there. Plus, it doesn't hurt to have a 6'10" point guard.
I mean, look, all that being said, I still feel.
Can't shoot.
No, I'm not even talking about Ben Simmons. I'm talking about the Sixers in general. To me, they are going to be the ultimate kind of prove it team for me during this postseason. Look,
I'm bringing the heat.
No, here's the deal. Because I mean, their starting five is honestly probably the best starting five
on paper.
Yeah. On paper. So they've had all this promise. They've had all this promise. They've talked about Embiid.
They've played
talk about
16
Ben Simmons.
games together.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I want to see them play together, and I want to see them prove what they can do, not only for this postseason, but possibly for the future.
If they get re-signed, and that's going to be the problem. So
that's
the thing
true.
is, everyone's going to say
keep one of those guys, Harris or Butler, right?
Yeah. And either of them can go get a max deal anywhere.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Everyone's like, oh, look at the Sixers. They put all this stuff together, and they're not even going to make. All right, calm down. First off, do you understand? All these guys are used to being the alphas, minus J.J. Redick. I mean, all of their respective teams throughout their whole lives, they were the guy.
Yeah.
So then you come here, and you're thrown in this, atmosphere where you have to share the ball. I mean, you watch it, there's no team chemistry other than Ben Simmons distributing.
Yeah.
A lot of times, especially in ISO situations, it's just give me the ball and get out of my way. Jimmy Butler thrived in the first game because he's an ISO player. Tobias Harris can come off screens. That's great. Embiid needs the ball down low.
So with all the moves that they made this year, they bring in Butler, they get rid of Covington, Saric, they get they basically got rid of a lot of assets.
There are caveats under that. Covington was on a great deal, but he also missed the last portion of the season because he was hurt. Saric was going to leave anyway because we couldn't pay him.
So as like you said, loyal to the soil, man. They bring in Butler. Yeah. They bring in Tobias. They have, really a nice starting five. So you're saying you would be happy with a semifinals exit? I mean, assuming they
wouldn't be happy.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean,
I
all
wouldn't
this
be happy,
you're
but I would
saying they
understand.
have not played. You're saying they haven't played together for this amount of time.
But
well, they don't have time to play together. This is not like the
when you're
who do you want to say is a really young team, like the Kings maybe that may have 3-4 years
to grow together.
Darren, Bagley.
So there's a difference between fandom and reasonable. Yeah, Andrew just peaced. There's a difference between fandom and being a reasonable I don't want to say sports journalist, but like I feel like that's over exaggerating it. So there's a difference between the two. Fandom, yes, I want them to get to the finals, and I want them to take whoever it may be from the West. I want them to take them to 7 games, or I want them to win outright.
Yeah.
That being said, and as a fan, I expect you made all these moves. You know, it's exciting, new GM and Elton. Like, this is great.
Right. They went all in.
Right. They went all in to make these moves. On the other side, with the sports journalist, where I'm like unbiased, and like I have to take a step back. This is when you go to the random gym, and there's a reason why there's like a team of like 5-8 guys that can win 6 in a row. It's because they play together, they run plays, they understand each other, they understand how each other plays. When you have all this talent, you're working on chemistry. You're working on not only on the court but off the court situations.
Right.
And a lot of these guys, you know, they don't know what their future holds.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think that the pressure is on Philly to at least make a run to the Eastern Conference.
100%.
Yeah.
Listen, if we lose in the first round, I'll be livid.
Man.
That would be, and I don't want to take anything away from the Nets. They're playing phenomenally.
Nets are just a young,
D'Angelo Russell, I
team.
liked him from Ohio State, which I hate to say as a Penn State guy. I liked him. Karis LeVert, Michigan. Liked him too.
Dinwiddie, those
Good
guys.
story.
Yeah.
Dinwiddie has a great story. Actually, the Sixers the reason Dinwiddie got the contract.
Whoa.
He blew us up for like 40 plus. Next week he got the contract. All right. Andrew has left the building. We're going to yell that because it's 32 minutes. Anything you want to plug?
He's walking in. Wow, yeah. Right on time, Andrew. Anything I want to plug? Yes, my obviously Twitter, follow at KSAT and my Instagram at KSAT also, and of course Run It Back's Instagram as well.
Which we've referenced several times.
Yes, so we have talked about that a few times, where you get to see Max Massey shoot several air balls. Hopefully that is not the case with the Spurs tomorrow.
Make a switch. 2 swishes, actually.
Hopefully that's not the case with the Spurs tomorrow, man.
Okay, so I got Spurs minus 3.5.
No,
you already shook on it.
Sure, okay, yeah.
Nice, I'm about to go 2-0, breakfast bets.
Yeah, you know what? I will be glad to lose that bet for sure.
If you
I said I was going to be glad to lose the first one.
Yeah, you did. And I'll be glad for those free breakfast tacos. If you're still watching, if you're still listening, thank you so much. I realize that we rant a lot, but we try to keep it fun.
Yeah.
Make sure to subscribe and rate us wherever you get your podcasts. Don't you just love it?